Hello and welcome to the PS Make Me Famous channel. Today we have a very special guest who's very special to me, Rochelle Gartner Primiterra.
Yes!
I did it. So,
hello.
I'm sure a lot of you may recognize Rochelle. She's been in Calgary as a very prominent figure in the dance community, TV, cheerleading, performance-based, I would say, for many, many years. How long have you been with Dance with France for?
It started 37 years ago, so
Wow.
since then.
Wow, so you were teeny tiny when you started.
Well, I started dancing when I was 3.
Wow.
So we won't say how many years ago that was, but it's over 40.
That's amazing. So and you've probably had over, how many students do you think you've impacted the lives of over the...
Definitely thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands, yeah. It's been incredible to motivate and inspire dancers to want to continue in the field. That's been really cool.
And what age were you when you realized you wanted to teach dance?
Well, I think it must have been after I got the performing bug out of me, because my passion was really more in the performance. So dancing on cruise ships, going to dance in Las Vegas and Japan and Young Canadians. So the teaching thing came a little bit later. My professional career started.
Right.
It's probably around, I've always taught since I was 15 years old, but I really got into it and bought the Dance with France studio from my sister 2004. So that was like 17 years ago. That's when I got seriously into owning a dance studio.
That's amazing. Okay, so let's talk about GBM.
Well, the first time I had any symptom was when I had a seizure while driving. That was Good Friday, 2019.
Right. So
if you're counting it from there, it's been 2 years, right? 2021 now. But after treatment, my first surgery was June 26th of 2019. So we're just coming up to the treatment of 2 years starting the treatment. So it's exciting because I've passed the mark where the doctor said I would be living. So, it's a very short amount of time that they say that you're going to have, and everyone's different. So we'll see.
And GBM stands for?
Glioblastoma.
Right. And this is a very rare form of brain cancer or a brain tumor?
It's brain cancer, but it's not rare. They initially described it. Some people describe it as a rare brain cancer, but many people have this and are getting it. And it's not just for ages 60-year-old men and older. It's from children, females in their 20s, 30s. Yeah, it's getting more popular, actually.
And what were the symptoms that made you realize, like, you had to go check something out?
Well, it was the seizure.
Yeah.
I had a seizure, so they sent me on MRIs, and then they found the tumor in there. And then they couldn't define if it was like a low-grade tumor and growing slowly, or if it was glioblastoma, which grows very rapidly and is very dangerous because it can just take over your whole brain. So I initially found out, like, the diagnosis confirmed when they were able to check the cells was after the surgery. Before that, they pretty much said it's like 90% that you have glioblastoma because it was growing so fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had never heard of it before?
Actually, I heard of it from Greg Downey from the Tragically Hip. And when I saw his interview on TV, I was like really taken back by his story. And like, I had never heard about that. And for some reason, it resonated with me. And now I know why, because it was going to be in my future.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you got the diagnosis, How did you take that in?
It was absolutely crazy because we had our big recital, year-end recital at the Bella Theatre, the big show to do. And my doctor, who's a neurosurgeon, he's like, we're going to have to perform emergency surgery immediately. And I'm like, no, I can't. I have a show to do. And it was kind of comedic at the time, but it wasn't funny. I was in shock and it seemed like it wasn't real. So a few days before the show, I had all the tests to do and I was just so exhausted. And that was my main symptom, is complete brain fog and headaches and exhaustion, like so tired. And then I did the surgery, and that was a really big thing in my life, but I got over that and on to the other treatments, which is radiation and chemotherapy.
Right. What would you say is the most challenging aspect of having GBM?
I think it's like being able to be in a presence of other people, having discussions, and you're trying your hardest to contribute, finding the right words, listening and understanding what the person is trying to say, and being like, having brain fog. And it's like having brain burn. I don't know. People might not understand that what you're going through is like, your brain is like, like zinging, and you can't like show it. Like, people don't know what's happening in your own brain, right? Mm-hmm. But it is difficult. And with this recent MRI that I got, I had not the best news. So the depression and the anxiety and the not being able to sleep because you know what you're going to have to deal with and what your chances are. Yeah, there is a 5% chance of living after 5 years, and there is a 50% chance of living after 2 years. So the ratio is very low.
But it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's comforting. It's been quite the journey, but the recent MRI shows that there's new tumor growth. One area where I had the initial tumor taken out during surgery, there's a new tumor that has grown there. And then I had radiation all around here. I had a full circle of radiation. And that's where I lost all my hair, just fell out. This new tumor's happened above it, and it was not radiated on, but this is the glioblastoma. It's just spreads. It's not just one tumor. There's multiple cells that you can't see, and that's why they have such a hard time treating it.
Are you still doing chemo right now?
So they said I should go back on the temozolomide, which is the main chemo for glioblastoma. It's the best working. I am methylated, highly methylated tumor. So that means the chances of the TMZ, which is the temozolomide chemo, will most likely work better for me. And I was on it for over a year, and it seemed to have held down the tumors. So technically it should work, but in previous people, it doesn't work after 6 months of taking it. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to, cross our fingers and hope that it will just hold them down.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And right now there is no cure.
No.
But it's about the longevity. It's about keeping it contained in a sense to give more years. Is that?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've already made 2 amazing years, and the amount you've done in 2 years since being diagnosed has been insane. Like nothing can hold you down. Nothing can stop Rochelle. Nothing. The amount of shows and fundraisers and awareness you brought. That's why for me, it feels like this has been forever, because considering I just went through a major brain surgery and chemo, the amount that you've advocated for GBM, shared your awareness, articles, like interviews, events, like I'm just like blown away by, do you sleep?
It's funny, when I was taking the chemo and the radiation, I was just so exhausted that I was actually sleeping good. Then after no chemo, then the anxiety and the reality of everything and the growth started. So I had some serious, I have serious problems sleeping. Yes.
How does dance help you through GBM?
Oh, well, that's the thing. Like, I could never stop. And I'm so lucky that I still have the ability to move, because some glioblastoma people, they lose their eyesight. They lose their mobility, just depending on where the tumor is. So that has gotten me through so much anxiety. And I'm so happy I can still like have dance classes and, still do what I love to do.
And you have your new dance studio.
Yeah, do you want to see it?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I'm excited. And I was going to also ask you, can you explain to the viewers why you're walking while we're doing this interview? What's the benefit of that?
So I am walking because it's very difficult for me to find my words without the movement. Movement is so important for me. I can't just sit there and then come up with what I'm going to say. So that's kind of where it's stemming from. So I'm going to flip my phone.
Yeah. We're going into the new dance studio, everybody.
So
here we go.
This is all designed by my husband, Frank. It says Manhattan and Broadway and some pictures from the past and Times Square. Oh, there goes my... Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it does say Rochelle's Army here, Rochelle School of Dance, and people have signed the door when they come in.
I love that.
And we have Dance with Friends here and all sorts of pictures from the past and our trophies and the Dancing to Make a Difference, that interview that I did with the Calgary Herald, I think that was. And that was, we're preparing for the Dance of Thrones show, which you were in, actually. Dance of Thrones, and you choreographed an amazing piece. So I have it here in the mirror, Dance of Thrones 2, and we have bars and Rochelle's School of Dance.
That's so beautiful. What a beautiful way, like a form of therapy as well, like you said.
Yes.
Have that in your soul already. Okay, so since your diagnosis, has your perspective, I'm sure your perspective on life has shifted, but what are the things that are like, that you see differently in life?
Yeah, you have to live your best day every day. And it's so hard now that we have this COVID and you can't see your friends and family as much as you would like to. So I've been kind of spreading the word of like, just party it up and just enjoy, like laugh and just be crazy and just do what you want to do, because nobody knows when they're going to die.
Yeah.
Just because you have, a deadly brain cancer doesn't mean the next person's not going to get run over by a car or get COVID virus and die. So just take it one day at a time and breathe.
Breathe, laugh, love, be a little crazy. I love that message.
Definitely love, for sure.
I love that. That's such a beautiful message. Thank you so much for your time, Rochelle. Is there anything that people can contribute to in the fundraising initiative?
Yeah, we have 2 things going on right now. So we have Rochelle's Army, which is organization, and it's all the funds that we raise go to the University of Calgary, which is led by Dr. John Kelly. He was my neurosurgeon, and they're researching new treatment options for glioblastoma. So that, and then the brain tumor walk, which is coming up on June 27th, all funds that you donate. And it's not even about that. You could just come and walk. That's fine too. just to spread awareness. It will be donated to the Brain Tumor Foundation of Canada. And we will be performing at this event. So
that's unbelievable. Yeah. That's so wonderful. Thank you for spreading awareness.
Live life to the fullest.
Live life to the fullest. Thank you for being God's warrior to spread this message in such a beautiful, impactful way through dance. What an amazing thing. And I lost you.
Second. Okay, now I'm good. Someone was calling me.
No worries. So I feel like your message is going to live on for many, many, many years and lifetimes. And I feel like there is a cure on the horizon. And thank you for reminding everyone, live, laugh, love.
Yes. Well, great to see you again.
So nice to see you. I miss you. And I hope to come outside for a dance class when permitted.
I sure hope so. And yes, thank you for sharing my story.
You're amazing, Rochelle. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Love you.
Okay.